Good evening and welcome to the Squared Circle. This is our first episode for the year 2013. Today is January 7th. I need to start off the show with some alarming news. Our regular co-host, Hollywood Jason Williams, isn't here tonight. It appears that he was abducted by a number of masked men. Reports say that the men grabbed Hollywood J and put him into a white van. The ringleader apparently had a white hood and military fatigues, and the only markings on the white van, there was no plate, but the only markings were the word rage on the back of the van. If anyone's seen or heard from Jason Williams, please have him call the show. We're very concerned, and we're going to keep a lookout and keep in touch with the authorities. Did you see the footage, Jay?
Not yet. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm better. I'm here and I'm better.
Well, instead of Jason Williams tonight, we have Jacob Zimmerman, and he's going to be filling in. And we're going to talk about the usual stuff, TNA, WWE, the independent scenes, and maybe a couple of these DVDs if we have some time. We're going to start off with TNA. This week's episode was really kind of boring. The build-up from 1-3-1-3 and the return of Sting, which they gave away before it actually happened, was kind of anticlimactic. Even Sting didn't look happy to be there. What do you think?
It's really true. Baseball bat flying, but it would have been awesome if he came up from the rafters.
Yeah,
just fly into the ring, clothesline Doc. That would have been awesome.
Yes, I think that would have been. Sting coming in and with the unmasking of yet another member of the Aces and Eights. Maybe that's who abducted Jason. But the unmasking of another member of the Aces and Eights turned out to be the former WWE Mike Knox. So here's a lesson for you. If WWE gets rid of you, just fly down to Universal Studios and walk into TNA.
Be another masked leader of Aces and Eights.
Yeah, go to the local wrestling superstore and get yourself a mask, and you can join Aces and Eights. Maybe,
well, first you have to meet Joseph Park so you can train first.
You know, you mentioned Joseph Park. Joseph Park is the only redeeming quality of TNA right now. His segments with Dangerous Danny Davis are great, and I hope they keep that going a little longer because it's really enjoyable to see him, in Ohio Valley Wrestling and doing the training. But I think he should train with Von Schmidt next.
Von Schmidt is the best. Everybody has to live with that.
Yes.
That they must hail Von Schmidt. But
the storyline on TNA with Bully Ray and Brooke Hogan.
Oh my God.
Let's be done with it. Let's be done with that. Let's be done with the AJ Lee storyline.
My God. Hogan saw them kiss. Everybody saw them kiss. Bully Ray got suspended. It's done. Yeah,
first of all, I mean, Bully Ray is like old enough to be her father, and that's kind of gross in itself. And it's really not believable. And Hogan isn't that great of an actor, especially if you've seen any of his movies. And it's just got to go.
All of these storylines with this and that and who kissed who, and all that has to go. It's boring. It's something after something. It's AJ Lee with Cena, and then
AJ Lee with everybody. I
she's
think
on number 5.
I want to be next, AJ. Please.
She's on number 5. It was, let's see, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Punk, Cena, and now Ziggler.
Right. Well, at least.
Number 5. And now she might be going out with Piggy Langston.
Yeah.
Or so-called her friend.
Well, at least Dolph Ziggler being with AJ, we don't have to see Vicky so much anymore. That's the only good thing about that. But TNA, come on, guys. When the number one superstar of your show, Sting, walks down to the ring and he looks bored, all right, what do you think we're doing at home? All right, and speaking of superstar, Jeff Hardy got Wrestler of the Year award, and he happened to say and call himself the Superstar of the Year. As we all know, Vince owns the term superstar, and I think Jeff Hardy thinks he's still in the WWE. But looking around, you might as well still be in the WWE because that's all they got is the rejects from.
WWE, it's fire your hired to TNA, be a part of Ace and Ace, or get out.
Right.
That's really what's going on. And it's just boring.
And now, you know, it's bad enough that TNA is copying WWE. Now with the Shield, WWE is now copying the Aces and Eights storyline. So I don't know if the Shield has. Does the Shield have Jason Williams? I don't know. We're gonna have to look into it. Maybe Von Schmidt Nation.
No, the Shield would not capture an innocent person. The Shield is supposed to be justice, Dad.
Hey,
they bring the sword.
Maybe we got some information on the whereabouts of Jason. We got a caller. Let's check in. Caller, you're with us.
Good evening, gentlemen. This is the Thunderous One.
The Thunderous One. Hey, any information on the whereabouts of Jason Williams and the gentleman that abducted him earlier today?
I have a theory. Are you sure he's still not hungover from his birthday on Saturday?
Yeah, he did have quite a birthday party, and maybe he's a little under the weather, shall we say.
I think that's probably the reason he's not there tonight.
Well, I did see the grainy footage from the ATM camera that caught him being abducted in the white van and the gentleman in the white hood and the army fatigues. Crazy footage.
And I was listening to your comments earlier about, you know, these storylines on TNA and Monday Night Raw. You know, it's all getting pretty lame. I think they need to cut it out. I think it should be ended already.
Yeah, I think if I want to watch a soap opera, I can turn on General Hospital.
Get rid of PG.
I mean, that's what it's turning into. It's turning into you don't have to watch General Hospital. You could just watch Monday Night Raw or watch TNA. Yeah.
I mean, where's the wrestling? I will say, though, if you want to see quality wrestling, the main event, WWE's main event show, is actually quite entertaining. They give the guys a lot of time in the ring. They give the announcers some time to give you the background of the story of why these two guys are fighting. I think it's a much superior show right now.
Speaking of which,
absolutely. I like what they did with The Miz. I like The Miz more now that he's a good guy.
Yeah, I think they're trying a little hard, but hopefully the audience will come around. I agree.
I like him a lot more, but I was just saying to my friend John here, you know, I really think they should I'd like to see him bring Triple H back and get him involved in Monday Night Raw and get rid of Vicky.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to see Triple H come in and maybe be a counterpoint to Flair and have two separate factions. I think if I were to have my wish and if I could write it, I would have Flair come back and be, one side, and then Triple H be the other side. The former mentor, student, and go against one another.
Absolutely. And before I go, gentlemen, I'd like to first of all wish you a Happy New Year and a happy and healthy 2013.
Yes, sir.
And I'd like to wish our good friend Kevin Capiello in the back good luck in his future endeavors. I know I want to thank Kevin for all that he's done for the Squared Circle and talking with Tom as well.
All right. Yeah, we were going to get to that, but yes, definitely an integral part of our show. The only reason that you're actually able to view us and hear us right now is Kevin's input and hard work and diligence, and he's been just 100% of the show.
Yes. Thank you very much, Kevin. We're going to miss you.
Definitely. Thank you for calling.
Good night.
Good night.
Well, speaking of the main event, Antonio Cesaro retaining the United States Championship against the Great Khali.
Great Khali. It's almost sad to watch him in the ring now. I mean, he's been banged up for so long, and it's just difficult to see him barely move. And now he's just jobbing out to these guys. Antonio Cesaro is definitely talent.
Yeah,
and he did come over from Ring of Honor, but Khali, they need to find something else for him to do. because the in-ring Khali, which was never amazing to begin with, has really just declined over the last couple of years.
Well, it was kind of good when he was a bad guy because he was just beating up whoever he wanted. Yeah, when he actually had matches like the Punjabi prison.
Yeah,
that was.
But that's
amazing.
going back, when he was healthier and can move around a little bit more.
And when they weren't PG.
I don't want to take away from his legacy, but right about now,
He's a good wrestler. He really is.
It's time to find something else for him to do other than be in the ring. Maybe he can have a protege, another fellow from India, and be his mentor. So.
Well, really, what can a man that can barely speak English do? And on the Michael Cole and JBL show, he can now tweet.
Well, you can tweet, I guess. But we'll see what happens with Khali. But again, I think he was a great performer in his day, and much like Hogan right now, Hogan can barely move. Khali can barely move. I mean, this industry and this job, really takes its toll on your body, and both of those gentlemen are showing it. They're showing the wear and tear.
All their scars from way back when.
Oh yeah, definitely. They got scars and missing a few bone chips and all that great stuff.
You said something about Joseph von Schmidt, I believe?
Oh, well, if we want to get into the independent scene, Powerhouse Wrestling Academy is going to have the Struggle for Power on Saturday, January 26th at the Boys and Girls Club at One Positive Place in Shelton.
Buzz Bloodsaw versus Lucifer Lords for Buzz Bloodsaw's
PWA title.
Yes.
Yeah, Buzz Bloodsaw and Lucifer Lords, two ring generals off the top rope. Classic match. Should be amazing.
And then we have Joseph Von Schmidt and Lil Schmidt facing Bull Dread and Mega Muerte.
Yeah, Bull Dread and Mega Muerte set up that match. I was actually involved in a promo. I happened to be doing some interviews outside of the Powerhouse Wrestling Academy, and I caught Bull Dread, and we got him on the phone with the commissioner, and he picked Mega Muerte to be his partner against the Von Schmidt Nation, consisting of Joseph Von Schmidt and Little Schmidt.
It's not the whole Von Schmidt Nation. They're missing their minion.
Right. Well, I'm sure their minions will make an appearance. Also on the card is Nocturne.
Versus the
Freebird Jorge Sante.
Santana.
Yeah. Again, Nocturne is a great high flyer. A lot of action in the ring, a lot of energy. You're going to see a bunch of high flying maneuvers.
He was the best high flyer in PWA. A.R. Fox.
A.R. Fox.
I say he could go to WWE and face any high flyer and win.
I think A.R. Fox is ready for the next level. He came out of Dragon Gate USA. I believe he still holds the title there. And A.R. Fox, with Joseph Von Schmidt at the end of last year, put on what I thought was the independent match of the year.
A very, very good one.
Yes, it was a WrestleMania caliber
And now
match.
he's facing someone lower, the lowest person on the board, Pedro Juan Dones III.
Well, Pedro Juan Dones III is just a great heel for that company. He comes out and the crowd just loves to hate him, and he's running the classic heel gimmick right now, and he looks like he's enjoying it and loving it, and he's one of the guys like the Miz used to be that you love to hate. And
Haters always love to hate that.
Oh yeah, you love to hate him, and it's a lot of fun. And A.R. Fox should just slap the living snot out of him.
No, Pedro should just lay down and let A.R. Fox fly around the ring.
Yeah, Pedro definitely should lay down. I wouldn't want to face Mr. Fox myself.
Then we have Heart Attack Tommy Mac versus Solo.
Heart Attack Tommy Mac.
That is a tough one.
Yeah, he's a solid guy in the ring, and just pure muscle. And Solo is a little bit jacked, but I believe it should be a pretty even matchup. So I wouldn't even want to take bets or odds on that one. And then we have a tag team of the House Party and Rising Sun Assassins. These are two teams that I've yet to see, and from the highlights that I've seen on the Powerhouse website, it looks like we're going to have some entertaining, tag team action.
Yeah, of course we will, because the Schmitz are being in tag team action.
Oh yeah, that's the main event. The Schmitz versus Bull Dread Mega Muerte.
Von Schmidt, Bill Schmidt, and the Minion are awesome.
Yeah.
People have to deal with that.
We are definitely marks for the Von Schmidt Nation.
Von Schmidt holds 15 titles.
15 titles. He hasn't held this one yet.
Because that one doesn't exist. It is now a TV.
I think he's too good for the TNA title right now, to be honest with you. That show on Saturday, January 26th at the Boys and Girls Club in Shelton is going to be dedicated to the tragedy at Sandy Hook. And they will have a raffle, and all donations from the raffle will go to the victims of the Sandy Hook tragedy. So, PWA giving back as well as most of Connecticut right now is. But I got another caller. Maybe it's some information on the whereabouts of Jason Williams. Caller, you're on the Squared Circle.
Yes, sir. Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New Year.
First things first, I wouldn't worry too much about Hollywood J. Williams. As I'm sure you know, he's an accomplished athlete in his own right. He's a very fast, long-distance runner, so if he gets a chance to get out of that white van, he will run fast and he will run far. So I wouldn't worry too much about Hollywood Jason Williams. Although Jacob's doing a fine job as co-host tonight from what I've seen of the program.
Thank you.
I did want to ask a question first and then a comment. I know with the college football championship game tonight, will Vince be doing anything on the Monday Night Raw to kind of get the audience back? Is he expecting, not to do well in the ratings tonight?
Yes, he is, because he was electrifying. WWE is electrifying, and the most electrifying superstar of all time, The Rock, will be there. There was TLC match for WWE Championship, Ryback, CM Punk.
Yes.
Electrifying night.
Yeah, the return of The Rock tonight has been advertised, and a TLC match between CM Punk and Ryback. So hopefully that'll boost his rating a little bit.
Oh, okay. Because I think the whole world is scheduled to watch this football game.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And
I did want to say one thing. You mentioned about that wrestler before Khali that maybe should get out of the ring.
Yes.
And I just wanted to add, I heard a story this week that Manny Pacquiao may have had early signs of Parkinson's.
Oh.
So they're talking about maybe Manny should leave the ring while he still has all his functions. And he's, the Mayweather fight, I think, is just it doesn't have the luster that it used to have.
Right. I think the Mayweather fight is definitely out of the question right now.
Yeah. And I'm a hardcore boxing fan.
Yes.
I really don't want to see it now. I think they had their window of opportunity 3 or 4 years ago, but now it's just it can't be done.
Yeah, and if it did happen, that would be such an obvious money grab, and I think it would be extremely anticlimactic.
Yeah, but now it just won't happen. So.
Yeah, Pacquiao, I hadn't heard that. Thank you for filling us in, but all they need to do is introduce Pacquiao to Muhammad Ali. And say, hey, listen, pal, this is what is going to happen to you, and it breaks my heart to see Muhammad Ali in the condition that he's in, and here's a guy that I grew up just idolizing and watching and being amazed, and probably the reason that I'm so into the boxing and martial arts scene right now is because of Howard Cosell and Muhammad Ali, and now when they bring him out for these functions and events, and the guy, is just a mere shell of his former self.
It is. It's definitely it's tragic to see him now, and to remember him. Just YouTube his name and see some of the. And even not so much the boxing, but just his interviews.
Just the promos. Oh yeah. I mean, I think he really created, guys like The Rock. I mean, if you can't tell me that The Rock hasn't looked at the Muhammad Ali's, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, You know, I mean, it's all derived right from that. You know, but I think Muhammad Ali was like really the first guy to get on the mic and talk, you know, like he did.
And a very interesting point, and John, I think you might know this, that Muhammad Ali, as a very young Cassius Clay, got his stick from watching Gorgeous George, the wrestler.
Yeah, so it all comes full circle.
People would hate to see, people wanted to see Gorgeous George get beat because he used to brag all the time, but they would fill the arena.
Yes.
When, you know, at the time, Cassius Clay went in the ring, the I am the greatest and all that, he got that from watching Gorgeous George.
Yeah.
So it's come full circle.
Yeah, and I think one of the times you called, you mentioned Bob Dylan, and I don't know if you know the Dylan line. He said, I was shadow boxing earlier in the day, figured I was ready for Cassius Clay.
Yes, from Bob Dylan. Wasn't he in that group, the Traveling Wilburys?
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
All right, gentlemen, I'll let you go. I know you have more callers. But
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good
Happy
night.
New Year. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao. You know, I don't want to see anybody, you know, just hurt themselves, either for the glory, for the sport, or for the money. It's really not worth it. So.
If you don't want anyone to get hurt, why are you watching wrestling? Why are you doing your wrestling show?
Well, you know, you don't want to see anybody damage themselves permanently for, you know, and not be able to enjoy the rest of their life. Speaking of, you know, guys that are hurting themselves, Jeff Hardy is still taking the huge risks. And, you know, I really don't want to see this gentleman, you know, in a wheelchair one day, just for entertainment purposes. You know, it's just craziness. You know, these guys really need to protect themselves and think of their futures.
Well, Tony Cesaro doesn't care. He says he sleeps on the floor and no elbow pads, no knee pads. And the wisdom is, when you aren't walking, you would wish that you wore pads.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And again, don't try this at home. It's at the beginning of every episode and every DVD, and it's the truth. It's the truth.
Speaking of WWE, on SmackDown, Wade Barrett retains his Intercontinental Championship against Kofi Kingston after hitting Kofi Kingston with a bull hammer elbow when Kofi comes flying off the top rope. It's just amazing.
Yeah, Wade Barrett is turning into a monster, and you know, he's jacked. He's got the look. He's got the moves, and he just needs a little bit more mic work. And I think he's going to be, you know, the next generation of your superstar, and it won't be too long before he gets, you know, the big belt on him.
Now, if he's a bare knuckle fighter, why does he use an elbow and puts him on, and then if that doesn't work, puts him on his shoulder and slams him down? Why does he have that big KO punch like Big Show?
Well,
Knocks
I mean,
him out cold.
As we all know, the closed fist in wrestling is illegal, and why you know, Big Show is allowed to use that for every match is beyond me. You know, I think the infiltration of the UFC into our culture is definitely, you know, dripping over into the wrestling sport, and you know, they're trying to emulate a little bit of the boxing and the MMA style.
Big Show has a reason for the fist because he has a 9-class contract signed by John Laurinaitis, who sucks.
Well, that's an argument that can be made.
It's not an argument. Everybody agrees with me because I'm awesome.
You're awesome.
Just like The Miz.
Yeah, you are awesome. December 11th, they had SmackDown at Harbor Yard in Bridgeport.
No.
And you and I were there together. Hollywood J was actually there. And
this much space, really.
yeah,
This much space.
I mean, this place was less than half full. It was probably the least attended event that I've ever gone to live.
From here to there and then the floor.
I don't know what it could have been that it was possibly because it was the holiday season. People don't have any money. We're saving it for you know, holiday gifts, but it was below half capacity, and it was just embarrassing.
Really, this much space. That's whole desk. That's much space, and then the floor. Really.
Yeah.
That's it. That's really
Yeah.
it.
You know, so yeah, I love going to the events live. I love the energy of the crowd, but when there's like nobody there, it's
Get
kind of
autographs.
tough. Yeah, it's kind of tough
Well,
to get into it.
Doesn't matter if it's just you and me and like 2 other people. Then get free autographs, get your souvenirs, and you can move down to the floor.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I think it's a lot more fun when there's a larger crowd and you know, you can get into it more and it's loud.
Well, then you can start cheering and everybody else does it.
Well, it's kind of tough when there's only 2 people clapping to make a lot of noise. It's almost like the impact zone in Orlando there, when you know the people that are there don't know who the wrestlers are, don't know what they're there to watch, and they're just
There to be there.
Yeah, they're just there. Hey, you want to see a
place.
wrestling show? Okay.
It's the same place every time. I can't just not imagine doing that every week. I can't do it.
Well, I don't think it's so much the performers, but I mean, you need an audience that is there to see you. You know, it's like it's like being an opening band. You know, everybody's there to see the main act and knows who the main act is. But you know, when you're the opening act, nobody knows who you are. They're not there to see you, so they're not going to clap as loud or clap at all. And that just seems to be what's happening in the Impact Zone. That, I mean, it's a dead crowd because they don't know the storylines. They're not people that follow the product and know the characters involved. Of course, everybody knows who Hogan is. Most people know who Sting is. And beyond that,
Hardy, RVD.
maybe Hardy, maybe RVD, but a guy like Austin Aries, who deserves a lot of applause and credit. You know,
The longest X-Division champion in TNA history.
yeah, but you and I know that. But somebody walking, you know, on the boardwalk in Orlando's may not know that.
Really, speaking of the X-Division, they will have a tournament. They're having a tournament on Thursday. Christian York defeats, I think, Kick Ash, and then Kenny Kings will face, I totally forget who, and then at Genesis, somebody's having double duty, because whoever wins their fight goes to face RVD.
Right. Much like the cruiserweight division that used to be in the WWE, the X division is, you know, for the high flyers and the smaller guys to show off what they can do, and it's a different style of
That's why
fighting.
Chavo always had it, because he was a nobody that got beat by Hornswoggle. And then they had Shannon Moore, Jimmy Wang, Funaki, and who else am I missing that lost to Hornswoggle?
Oh my goodness, that was at
Great American
Bash in 2007.
Who
Yeah.
else? Who was that last guy?
Funaki, I'm not sure, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The cruiserweight division was definitely fun, and it gave the spotlight to some of the smaller guys, and the X division.
The really smaller guys.
Right. Well, Hornswoggle, but you know the X division is the same concept where you know you don't have the huge heavyweights in there. You know you got room for the smaller guys that fly around the ring and do a little bit of a more of a New Japan style of wrestling.
And that's why AR Fox has 2 belts.
Yes.
13 away from Joseph Von.
Talking about New Japan Wrestling was founded in 1972 by Antonio Inoki, and it's still running today. And a lot of the guys from TNA and WWE, you know, are alumni of that association. And Antonio Inoki is in the WWE Hall of Fame because of his work with WWE wrestlers. The Japanese style is definitely similar to the luchadors, where it's a high-flying and it's more of a technical wrestling. And right now, on their most recent pay-per-view, Davey Boy Smith worked with Lance Archer, 2 former WWE guys. Davey Boy Smith Jr. was
tag team champion with Tyson Kidd.
Tyson
the first tag team to hold these new tag team belts. Our Hart Dynasty with Natalia, of course. And I just want to go back to Ace and H for 1 second.
okay.
Mr. Anderson joining it's starting to be like the Nexus. Either you're with us or against us.
Yeah, Mr. Anderson and Aces and Eights. I mean, Aces and Eights were the guys that put him out in the first place, and how he can dream of, of joining them. They're really going to have to write themselves out of a corner, because unless they want us to forget that they were the ones that injured him in the first place. Mm-hmm. It's kind of silly.
And it really is true. Next, you're either us or against us.
Right. You're either with Aces and Eights or against Aces and Eights. Kind of like the
Yep.
Nexus angle.
Yeah.
And
But it really is true. Would you rather get beat up or beat other people up? You know, get injured like Sting, come back a new year, 1-3-13.
Right.
Unmask these men. I want to find out who really the leader is. That big man with that mask, like that deep voice. I want to find out who he is, because he seems like the most important. He seems like the leader.
When they unmask another guy from Aces and Eights, is going to be definitely somebody that used to be in the WWE. Ladies and gentlemen, walking in the studio right now, Jason Williams. Jason, what happened?
Man, I gotta come in here, guys. This is bad.
Oh, I
Happy
saw
birthday, by
the
the
footage
way.
of your abduction, and I was really in fear for you.
Thank you.
You need help with that?
I think I'm all right.
Hollywood, happy birthday.
Well, thank you.
Let's make some room for you.
Oh Lord. Oh my Lord.
Are you sure we don't need an ambulance? Take you to the hospital?
I'm all right. I don't know who they were.
Now, did you unmask one of these men?
Oh, you know, I had that NWO North Haven chapter a few years ago, and do I have a son right? And I guess somebody thought it would be a real good idea to start a North Haven chapter of the Aces and Eights.
Oh my.
So guess who? Oh, they're going after some of the North Haven legends, and I guess that's why I haven't heard from a couple of my friends, and then they just decided to go for their big prize.
Oh my goodness.
So,
well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're all right.
The police are gonna, or already, I don't know who they are, but.
Well, the authorities have been notified. Oh, what a relief.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Let this be a warning. Aces and Eights members are out there. All the Connecticut hardcore, all the Connecticut icons, be on the lookout.
Somebody call
Protect
McFoley.
yourselves.
Somebody
Now,
call McFoley.
I think we're going to have to hire some extra security. Connecticut hardcore icon Ron Zombie is going to be at Toad's place on January 18th.
Uh-huh.
So we might have to contact Toad's and say we need some extra security and look out for these Aces and Eights guys in Connecticut. Ron Zombie is going to be performing with his band Alcoholica, which they do classic Metallica music, and I'm looking forward to that.
Classic. I have heard his band once in my life.
Yeah.
And yeah, very good.
If you love Metallica and you love Ron Zombie, two of the things that are I think are great. So when you put the two together, you can't beat it. But be on the lookout. Aces and Eights, January 18th, Toad's Place. Show at 7:30.
They thought it would be really cool.
Oh, wow.
You know something? I'm better than you guys. I'm the biggest icon in North Haven, and let me tell you, I've been here longer than whoever you are. So bring it on, guys.
If you're an icon, why don't you take a bat like Sting and start swinging around?
I should get a bat.
We should get a bat. We should get a ring. We should have an
something.
open challenge. Aces and Eights, don't be punks.
Yeah. Takes real men in masks.
You want to come to the show? Come to the show.
Well, I guess they're losing their masks now.
Yeah.
This is probably in retaliation for Mike Knox.
It's possible.
Well, it does take men in masks to win the World Heavyweight Championship, like Rey Mysterio. Also win the
Hollywood
Intercontinental
J.
WWE.
Excuse me, Hollywood J, you got a call.
I have a call.
Yeah.
Wow. This is the Squared Circle. This is Hollywood J.
Yes, are you sure you were abducted? I'm going to go with my earlier prediction. I think you're hungover from your birthday this weekend?
This was coming out of that place. I was in Milford, and I don't remember.
Maybe he was abducted by Captain Morgan.
I don't remember. The next thing I know, and I wake up and there's that guy talking in that muffled voice.
Well, we will have to try to subpoena the ATM footage that I caught on YouTube earlier today, and maybe we'll get the clip for our show right here. Maybe you can recognize.
I have a question for you before I hang up.
Go ahead.
I was wondering about the CM Punk Ryback match tonight.
Yeah.
Do you think there's going to be some possible interference in that match by The Rock or possibly The Shield?
Well, go ahead.
I'm not too sure, but I think Punk will win because I've heard that Punk wins tonight, he loses it to Rock, and Cena wins it at WrestleMania. So Cena has it, the WWE Championship in 2013. So I really don't think there will be an interference.
I got one word for you. Shenanigans.
Yes. I believe you are right, sir.
Shenanigans will ensue.
Shenanigans.
And once again, great show, and happy belated birthday, Hollywood J. Williams.
Well, thank you very much. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. It's this North Haven Aces and Ace. I don't know if they're going to be all right, if they're going to do that to me again. But.
Well, you know, we'll be on the lookout. Tommy, watch your back.
Yeah.
Aces and Aces out there.
Well, we're safe here in Wally World.
They did mention you.
They did?
Yeah.
You're next.
They said they're gonna take over the whole town, and they're actually gonna. They told me they're actually gonna take over the town, unlike me just talking about it back in the day.
They have to come to Wally World and find me.
I didn't give up your address. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we didn't rat you out, Tom. We know where you are.
All right. Well, have a good night, gentlemen. I'm enjoying the show.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye. Bye-bye.
So,
Hang up.
of course, I'll remember to do that.
So what do you got for us, Jay?
I don't have much, to be honest, because the birthday and then, yeah, that was some birthday present I got.
Yeah.
Hollywood Williams getting this.
Well, maybe they used
They
the
found
Jedi
me in
mind.
Milford. I don't understand.
Oh, maybe they were following you. You know, these guys in the white van.
Jay,
You never know.
maybe they used a Jedi mind trick on you.
Ah.
I don't know. And I didn't even put it on a social network where I was going to be enjoying having my birthday celebration.
Well, isn't there a wrestler that works at the...
Yes.
Oh. Maybe he's involved. It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
It's quite the network. These Aces and Eights, you never know. You never know.
We had his manager on as a guest. I would hope not.
I don't know. You know, we're going to have to investigate, do a little background search, and find out what's going on.
I don't know. I was there with I was there with security too. I don't understand.
Maybe they like see.
But they were all
TNA
busy
security.
having some J-Wisers and they turned around. I was gone.
Well, maybe they like TNA security.
Yeah.
Like take one hit and then they're
Take
down.
one hit and they're gone, yeah.
No.
TNA security, they see Aces and Eights, and TNA security runs the other way.
They'd actually be better off with an alarm.
What's the point of the alarm?
They'd be
Because-
better off with pepper spray.
What's the point? They're allowed to be there.
Yeah.
At
Well, you know,
Balfour
we could
Park.
stick Vicky on them. She can just scream.
Excuse me.
Yeah, they'll definitely get out of the way.
Maybe
Have her
that'll
dance.
work.
So how was your New Year, Jay, other than the abduction?
The New Year went real well. I was out in Madison at a private party, and that went really good.
Any masked men there?
No masked men there. A lot of wealthy men there.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. But
You not being one of them.
I've got some wealth. I've got my health.
There we are.
Well, I had my health until.
Right.
Anyway, I'll recover. I'll make a miraculous recovery. Don't worry about it.
Definitely. You'll be in fighting shape next week.
Mm-hmm. How was your New Year's?
I did spend it at Mohegan Sun. I went to see Cyndi Lauper. And it was great. You know, talk about the rock and wrestling connection. Unfortunately, Captain Lou couldn't make it.
No.
He's no longer with us. But so I partied like it was 1985.
Did she have any gold records?
Yeah, she didn't smash a gold record over Heath Slater. Not that night.
Did you make a donation to the tribe?
No, I did not. Other than the ticket price, no, I did not.
I see.
No, I'm not a gambler. It's not in my blood. Sorry.
They make a lot of money.
Yeah, well, you can see right in front of us where my money goes. I give it to Vince. I don't give it to the tribe. I give it to. I give a lot of my
Kennedy
money to Vince.
McMahon.
How many times I've given them my money and I only got it back once.
Speaking of WWE, Christmas Eve, the night before Christmas, Santa got ran over by Del Rio.
Right.
And then, well, Booker T claims that right before he passed out, he said Del Rio will be in a Street Fighter or a Miracle on 34th Street match
Miracle on
against
34th Street match.
John Cena. And that match was really fun. Every present that Cena got was something that he can use, and it was a pie for Del Rio that Ricardo actually ate, and then a teddy bear.
Right. Yeah, that was a fun,
A fun match.
entertaining match. Just
It was a little controversial that they had Santa Claus ran over.
yeah, is it me or did Santa Claus look quite like Mick Foley?
I know.
He looked a lot like Mick Foley.
Yeah, I
Or
I
was.
never realized how much he looked like Mick Foley
did
until that.
Or did that sock look like Sacco?
Yeah, Santa's version of Sacco. Yeah, it was
Let's do
really-
that, or Santa's a really big Mick Foley fan.
Yep.
That's a possibility.
You know?
Yeah, that's a possibility. I know Mick Foley's a big Santa fan because he's written about him in his book, in a number of his children's books. So.
Well, Santa did thumbs up, and then McFoley does that, so thumbs up.
Yeah, it's a possibility. Bang, bang.
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have much. I assume you let everybody know that Raw is live from Tampa.
I didn't mention it. We did mention The Rock being on.
The Rock is going to be on.
Speaking of on, next week is the 20th anniversary. That show will also be electric fighting.
Yeah, a week from Sunday will be the 20th anniversary. So a week from today will be the 13th, and it will be the 20th anniversary of Raw. And to mark that, they released the Raw 100 DVD, and I think it's great, especially if you don't have the 10th anniversary disc or the 15th anniversary disc.
I do have the 10th anniversary disc.
Right. I mean, the 100 greatest moments. It's a lot of fun to go back memory lane. Take a stroll down memory lane, and if you buy the Blu-ray edition, there's a great interview and sit down with JR and Freebird Michael Hayes, and you're just hanging out and talking about their memories. And it's about a half hour long, and it's great just to see these guys, just shoot the breeze about their time backstage on Raw and just the things that we didn't get to see, on camera. So I definitely recommend picking up the Blu-ray for that extra, a half hour or so.
Oh yeah.
And
So the Raw, the 20th anniversary.
yeah,
It doesn't seem like it's been 20 years.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But you know what? 3 hours feels like 20 years sometimes.
The 3 hours feels like 20 days.
Yeah. And they announced that they're going to continue with the 3-hour format through March, I believe.
Through March.
Oof.
At least until they're in, and then they'll make another determination.
Yeah,
And then
yeah. I thought they were going to end as we announced on the show, correct?
it's really too much.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get killed by baseball.
Yeah, the baseball ratings are going to kill them. As Ed, our caller earlier, said that the football game tonight is going to knock them out
Really?
as far as ratings go. But, you know, the one good thing is the ratings do count of DVR.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that are watching maybe the football game or will watch the baseball game live will go ahead and watch Raw later on or even the
So
next
if
day.
you could be rated as watching the football game as well as watching Raw.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
That's pretty interesting.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, hopefully it won't hurt them too much. But 3 hours is too much. It's too much. It's great to see some of the second tier talent get a little time. But as I mentioned earlier, I think the main event show is
Yes,
a good
it really
format for that. You know, and you know that main event being an hour long is perfect. It's in a great time slot, and they give the main event, quote unquote, the two guys enough time and enough backstory to make it interesting. And you know, we don't need 3 hours of Raw and the main event and 2 hours of SmackDown. You know, and the Saturday Morning Slam.
Well, Saturday Morning Slam is just a half hour. They do
it is a half
two
an hour.
matches, and then they talk about other stuff. That's really it.
Yeah.
But still, it's good.
You know, you're looking at what 3, 5, 6.5 hours a week of WWE and Superstars. If you want to add that in, if you watch that on YouTube.
And if you live in Florida, you get to watch NXT too.
Right.
Yeah,
oh my
NXT.
goodness. You know, I mean, we work for a living. You know, I can't sit home and watch, 10 hours a week of WWE programming.
Yes, you can. Just record it.
If that's the case, then they might as well we've actually launched this network that they've been talking about launching.
Yeah, definitely. It does. It does feel like they've got enough content for a network. You are correct. You are correct.
Yep. Because they can put all their movies on there as well, and show old WCW Nitros and Thunders and different news segments, different kind of reality shows.
Yeah.
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 But you said something about backstories, but Chicago Lee just had a week of a backstory to win a 20-man Battle Royale. That's not much of a backstory to me.
No. I like when they let you know who the players are, why they're mad at one another. You know, you can come in, and if you're not a regular fan of the program, if you just happen to turn on the main event, it gives you all you need to know. You know, it's a condensed, one episode where you don't have to see the week before, the week after. You know, it's all right there. It's one storyline. And it's really just wrapped up for you. I like that.
It is really, really good. 3 out of the 6 belts have been defended. The United States Intercontinental and Unified Tag Team Championship.
I hadn't realized that. That was a good observation. So, you mentioned the WWE movies. We just watched a WWE production, The Day. And it was, I think, the second WWE production that doesn't have one of their superstars in it. And I couldn't recommend it.
Really?
It felt like a day to watch it. It was like a zombie apocalypse style movie. And it was very slow moving, slower than the zombies walk.
Wow.
And,
Well, they're going to make a movie, World War Z, after the book.
Yeah. But,
The Day.
Yeah.
There's another one. There's 2 movies they came out with that don't even have any.
Yeah, the other one's Barricade, which I haven't seen yet.
No.
But, I think the WWE's really got to give up on this movie projects because I haven't. I mean, 12 Rounds is probably the best one, other than, The Condemned, I don't believe it's a WWE production. I think the Condemned was made before they came out with their own studio.
Well, Saturday, Sunday, I did watch Knucklehead.
Knucklehead was fun, but
Knucklehead was with the Big Show.
Yeah.
The Big Show. Yeah, I mean it was good for a direct-to-DVD. As far as going to the multiplex and paying $15 to go see it, I've yet to see a WWE production that I would spend that kind of money on.
Just, I don't know who they hire for their producers for their films, but it just.
Same ones
if they're not
that
really-
they do the shows for. They don't have to pay extra people.
Right. Well, from what I understand, WWE is revamping their movie interests, and they're going to partner with conventional movie studios, so that maybe the production value and the quality of the films themselves will come up a little bit. I think a better idea would be to job out their talent to the movie studios and just allow their superstars to be in films. And if you don't know how to make a movie, stay out of the movie business. If you don't know how to bake a cake, stay out of the kitchen.
It's I mean, they could also hire a lot of these daytime actors and actresses that are without work.
Yeah, they've already got all the daytime writers.
Exactly, you have the daytime writers. They might as well just do that, and they can even make their own daytime drama.
Yeah, well, they already have that with
Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown, and AJ Lee, and who's she dating today? And I was many times on this program an advocate of AJ Lee. All right, and you know what? I'm officially off the AJ Lee train right now. It's gone too far.
She can fight. They just got to get rid of her dating this.
She's a talented athlete.
Yeah,
she
She's
is.
a talented entertainer.
Yeah.
And why they have her in these stories where she's dating this, like you said.
They're wasting her talent, and they're wasting Natalia's talent. Natalia is arm candy for the Great Khali. We haven't seen her do much other than
Natalia is the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
right, and she's proven time and again, her value in the ring, and
Well,
AJ can fight in the
SmackDown
ring.
was a 6-person mixed tag. Primo, Epico, and Rosita facing Kali, Hornswoggle, and Natalia.
Right.
That was Friday night.
Yes.
But
Or Tuesday night where they
yeah,
recorded.
they really need to up the ante for the Diva division.
They have nobody. Since Vicky fired Beth Phoenix, they have nobody. They have Oksana, who can't even fight.
Caitlyn, she's coming along. She's definitely
she's
improving. We've watched her improve.
Yeah, she
Caitlin's
is
good.
Yeah, she's improving. Layla, who is very, very good.
Layla's extremely talented.
Yeah.
Natalia.
Eve Torres
AJ.
is pretty good.
Yes. That's it, just 5 divas. Oh, well, they're trying to get, one of the Funkadelicals, Naomi, I think was.
Naomi,
Yeah.
she wrestled, but I was not very impressed at all.
Yeah, but that was because she won a Battle Royal to face Eve. So, really, they're pushing them to now. That's it. 7 divas, unless you want to count Vicky Guerrero,
Well,
8. That's it.
I think you're being generous when you say Vicky Guerrero and Diva in the same sentence.
Vicky Guerrero is only around because of her late husband.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's 8 divas altogether.
And I just can't understand what he ever saw in her anyway.
Well, I mean, that's a personal thing. We all choose our mates.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I don't live in your house, and I couldn't tell you.
Right. Yeah, I guess.
What it is. But
I guess maybe she is a good person. I don't know.
I'm sure she is. I'm sure she is, and I'm sure.
Vicky is just is a female John Laurinaitis.
Yeah. And you know what? I mean, it just shows Vince's loyalty to the people that have done good for him.
John Laurinaitis, I totally forgot he even existed until he was brought up last week.
Yeah,
I actually got to
that
that point where he was blocked out of my mind.
I like to keep it that way. He's still with the company, obviously. He's a road agent, and he's with creative, and he should remain that. As far as an on-air talent, that was just an experiment going bad.
Very bad, horribly wrong.
I've seen better acting in 4th grade plays.
I think he actually was a better wrestler.
Yeah.
And that's not saying much.
Yeah.
Getting beat up by John Cena and Big Show knocking out Cena isn't really wrestling.
But in the final minute or two, I must say, Dolph Ziggler come a long way. My prediction for 2013 is you're going to see the rise of Dolph Ziggler's character, and he's going to dominate WWE.
Dolph Ziggler's
Well,
character,
let's see.
you're right.
He can try to dominate
whether
the
he
world
stays heel or ends up being a baby face.
Well, let's see. He might try and dominate the world heavyweight for.
Something tells me he might end up being a baby face.
Yeah, definitely.
I could see whoever Punk wrestles at WrestleMania. I could see Punk winning, and then all of a sudden, barely, and all of a sudden, that's when Ziggler, because he has until WrestleMania to cash that briefcase.
No, he has until Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, he has a whole year.
He has a whole year, you're right. Because the Money in the Bank used to be at WrestleMania. That's where I'm thinking there.
Yep.
They used to do it at WrestleMania. Yeah, the last person to win the WrestleMania one, I think, was Jack Swagger, who cashed in Chris Jericho and won.
And Jack Swagger right now is like non-existent.
Jack Swagger, where is he?
Well, maybe aces and eights.
No, he...
Put a mask on him right away.
Mike Knox. I didn't realize.
He is not in Aces.
I know,
He
I'm
says
just
that
playing.
he left. He did not get fired, quit.
Jack Swagger is no longer with the company.
No, but while AJ was being the GM, he left. He didn't he just took a vacation. Let's put it like that. Let's just put it like that.
All right, we need to wrap this up, fellas. Jay, good to have you here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go home and recover from. I gotta go to the PD, and we gotta talk about what happened.
Yeah.
I gotta get with two towns here with their police departments. And
do you have any guests in mind for upcoming shows?
I've been contacted by Vinny V. Or I haven't been. Well, last I saw Vinny V, I should say.
Okay.
He expressed some interest in coming on, so I'm gonna try to work on that.
All right, we usually cover a little bit more of the independent scene, and next week we'll definitely have more information. But I did tell you about the PWA show, and again, we're glad to have Hollywood J back, Jacob Zimmerman, myself, John Zimmerman, the Squared Circle,
Hollywood J. Williams,
and what's the line?
Hail Von Schmidt, that's the line.
Good night and good luck.
Stay tuned for Raw.
That's it.